Well, halito, chimchikma, okay. Today I'm going to tell you a fun story. This is a story about a little squirrel. Little mischievous squirrel that sometimes causes big problems for everybody. This little squirrel will be called Fvni Lusa. Funny in Choctaw language means squirrel. Lusa means color black. So Fvni Lusa is the black squirrel. Now one day this little black squirrel, it climbed on top of a tall tree. And it jumped off this tree and landed on the sun. And started eating the sun, started chewing on it. Now as the sun sort of dimmed, started getting dark, the women in the houses noticed it. They noticed it first. They ran out there and started hollering at the squirrel to get off the sun, stop chewing on it. Started banging their pots and pans together, trying to make some noise. And little black squirrel kept on chewing, he kept on eating the sun. The sun kept getting a little darker and darker. The children joined in and started hollering at the squirrel, throwing stones up in the air and sticks up in the air. And still, the squirrel kept on eating the sun. The sun kept on getting darker and darker. So the men noticed what's going on. They ran into the houses, grabbed the rifles, came outside and started shooting the rifles up in the air. And with all the noise, with the rifles going off and the women hollering and banging pots and pans and the kids yelling at the squirrel, throwing stones up in the air, the squirrel finally stopped eating the sun and jumped off and ran off into the woods. And the sun healed itself, and finally came back to normal again. And every so often, that squirrel gets up there still and starts chewing the sun. You gotta yell at the squirrel and scare it off. So this April 10th, Monday, April 10th, we have a solar eclipse coming up, and it's gonna cross central Texas into southeast Oklahoma through Choctaw territory. So if you see this little squirrel chewing in the sun, give a couple hollers at it, scare them away. Don't shoot your guns in the air. That ain't legal no more. You can't shoot guns in the air no more. But that's just an old Choctaw story. You know, tell it to the kids, pass it on, keep the stories alive. But that's an old Choctaw story talking about sort of explaining how what happens during the eclipse. Fvni Lusa gets up there and starts to eat the sun. So pass it on, tell your kids, and this Monday, have some fun. Do some hollering. That's all I got for today. Peace out, your kids.